Welcome to the Prospective Podcast with your hosts Ultramag7 and Kotta Ranks, the Pros Perspective. The Prospective is a monthly event held in Center City, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania at the Khyber Pass Pub. Live music, a live audience, a live conversation, culture, vibes, the Prospective.
Peace.
Yo, everybody, welcome to the Prospective Podcast with your host, Ultramag7.
And your man, Kotta Ranks. What's good, y'all?
Yes. So, we had our first event, our first joint. Kotta Ranks, tell me how you felt about this.
Bro, I thought it was really good. I enjoyed playing music. I think the sit-down part was the best part.
Right.
Lynn telling the stories, giving us the skinny on what it was like coming up, with Co-Flow and telling us about the new projects. I just think it was just a cool-ass experience.
Yeah, it was, even truthfully, I don't know if we want to give more of the background, but it kind of came together. It was natural, but it came together rather quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're talking about the perspective, right?
The perspective.
Yeah. It's something that kind of came about. It's definitely been organic. I don't know. I just feel like it's a good thing.
Right.
And I think that you guys really enjoy what we're trying to put out and, give to y'all. I think it's going to be good.
Yeah. So just a heads up, me and Kotta Ranks, we're sipping a couple beers. We're outside. So if you hear any background noise, we're at a local watering hole, a local brewery.
Yeah.
If you hear any noise in the background,
ignore it.
But we're enjoying life is what we're doing. But I think, I want to give a special shout out to our man, Mr. Lynn.
For sure. For
coming down, blessing, being our guinea pig, so to speak.
Yeah, for the first episode.
Yeah, being our first guy to actually, I don't want to say pause, do it with us.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? Coming down, being a part of the perspective, and, going forward, we'll be here month after month. We're gonna have, we're gonna have new acts.
Yep. Much more to give y'all.
Yes.
And again, to piggyback off my man, Ultramag, Mr. Lynn, thank you, brother. Thank you for coming through, talking to us, giving us the tea.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We just really appreciate it, yo. So again, salute to Mr. Lynn, Co-Flow.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And everybody who showed up too, we had a nice little crowd there. So
thank you.
Thank you for that as well.
Yeah.
Well received, Khyber Pass.
Yes, shout out to Khyber Pass.
Khyber Pass for real. Trying to do this on a monthly, so stay tuned.
Yes. And thank you to Bug.
B-U-G, for sure. My man Jay.
Yes, Jay.
All the file, for real. Sound man Steve.
Yes.
I think his name is Steve. I hope his name is Steve.
I think it's Steve. I don't know. Yo, Sound man, we'll get your name.
Yeah, Sound man, we'll get you. We definitely got that episode.
And, thanks to the Khyber Pass for hosting us, and we will be back.
Yep.
And you know what? I can hear some of your music bleeding in, Kotta Ranks. So we're gonna play a couple minutes of your mix to get people primed for the interview, just like we do at the Perspective.
Yep.
So that's what we're gonna get to. We'll holler back at y'all.
Yeah. Enjoy the mix, y'all.
Yes, sir.
Fucking with a nigga like myself, you learn to fear. Laverne Gear shows your record, so unless the host butt naked, you's a loser. The crap it should've kept it till you're lonesome, but you like, look everybody, I'm a silly microphone crumb. You want attention, me, I flaunt attention, vote. First me while your squad is benching locally. Don't mention jokingly, ayo, them niggas ain't atomic, ain't the comic niggas gutsy. After the disavow, I need out for your shorty with the crew and she be raping heads. She wanna tape and dreads and thought of you a little stinger. My shit'll bring epitome, you're bitterly jealous. Forever living crazy, mind trying to tell us how you do it. I'm devouring you with simple shit'll get props. Don't let me bring it, God, I swing it hard like little kid bop. So front I keep the tone vexing, but to the head stay pleasant, to the ear the stink of Logan Hill on phone sex.
Relentless poetic rhyme never ceases infinity. Forever smoking the mic, lyric contact got me open, naturally higher, no need to pass the Dutch. I'm the living circle, dot, dot. Nobody can touch me. At my post, the most high exalted, mind blower. When I rap it is strictly, I can't believe he just said that shit material cruise. Who can't think straight sober? My flow's over your head. I enjoy the aerial view. Focus from the bird's eye. In my scenario of dominance, defeating weaklings. When bum rushing like dirty communists racing. My iron curtain revealing my words, the gospel, no apples, a giant serpent. The enlightened apostle, J-Trez. I lay heads like tennis players top seated. Not needing to cause a racket or front the menace. My words speak for themselves, so feel me. Cause on the mic I've got more presence than attendance in the class of schizophrenics. Here. Drink to that thick of raps. Intoxicating, got you craving my living proof. Mixture of speech and rhyme. So up from just the flow, but past the liquor it's over. Any deadly when twisted, I get open like Venetian blinds.
Company flow, the fire with you burn slow. I remain indelible. J-Trez juggernaut. To touch the flame, you are not. I remain indelible. Check. I done on digital slides for what I'm worth alongside four terrible surgeons who blur common perspectives on what and how to get lit. That flaming Molotov shit. Unstoppable object hits unmovable wall and space split. This rogue cherub got his own twisted agenda. Catch that. Walking on flat lines, you witness me grow way beyond corporate control. Let them eat cake as I introduce myself as a mistake. Slid through the quills with a serrated raw staff. Sharp in the gut. Now we can all become Lord of the Flies when this industry sees its demise. Huddled up and tries to destruct, you get zapped with dead eyes. The five faction duck anti the fuck up and get touched. The group hugs you receive from your support group can't protect you from the bomb rush. I'm known to slip arsenic Mickeys and talk truth then reform. With an unprecedented fierceness display these powers of storm. I wasn't born in a manger but I still received 3 gifts. Alphabetically listed, they're Big Just, Mr. Land and I. See the field creatures scurry out of killer caution. Try to work off with the pod but you choked on my motherfucking portion. Bathed within my excrement, bitch, parody. Your insanity is my clarity. Not to mention convention is a great war weapon. Disguised under the guise of institutionalism but still prison. The bad batch of jism. Who stands, who falls, that's when the DJ calls like the ass crack. On the whack I keep tabs like Timothy Leary and or ASCAP. The iron lung is non-rustable, you're overrated. As in smoking dust or signing contracts that haven't been thoroughly debated. Got my name up in your mouth like cock and gingivitis when every rhyme becomes the official new blueprint for wannabe writers. Based on principle. Even when I say nothing, it's a beautiful use of negative space. Indelibles is invincible. LP, don't forget the fucking name. Come on, Columbo, I know you figured this shit out. Nobody sounds the same.
It gives me great pleasure when true elements get together and lace the track rough enough to withstand any type of weather. If you want it, I got it. Chemically hemming up the seeds with a poly-epoxy type of a mixture that be fatal if you sniff at these. Stupid ones pop the microdots, then lean into the sounds religion. Watch these styles straight box you up, coming with clean, concise thoughts, penetrating patterns, not beyond your comprehension, but ejected wildly out the barrel. Yo, catch the rarest glimpses of the planet once known as Earth that gravitated before inner violence heated it up, then it burned. It be these two Southside niggas who'll rock off any beat you push. Cell therapy down south, Goody Marvel special as the bush. It's like this. For the niggas who got caught sleeping and didn't know, it be these off-axis crazy keys. Worlds to revolve around cold flow. Coming at you in a blazing orange hunting vest, 30-odd at night, scope first deer hunting. You got scoped out like a foreign just. Not the type of nigga to steal any scene too long, son. I might lace you. Lead the EP evidence and then I'm gone.
Riding my wheel.
Mr. Len, aka Space Ghost. Please commence intro. Company flow. Perform. J Trex. Prepare. LP. Prepare. You have approximately 5 minutes. Fund the bullshit. Time Warner will fall. Record labels will fall. Earth will crumble. Begin.
And to the all-city access and encounter the likes of these. Regionally, no one relaxes action. No wonder I'm a type to crunch contenders with pure chewing satisfaction. Pervade the ultra-harmonical tobacco of your mediocre faction. Sonic boom, exhume, contact, offense action. Elbow in the vacuum, kill deaf MCs with closed captions. Wind up in the willows, cast the whirling dervish. Orders dead and done, millennium is at your service. Slow the pack, instigate, pivot then back. Fell another MC who thought cause he was dipped in powder blue that he could rock pastel. Got your hip-hop essence out of the cross colors catalog. Well, I log technology. That's going hub to break down my Scientology. Fucking up through the chest, I bust insidious, bad touching. Boogie to break the bone rushing. Fresh stock, tainted file, feed this track achieve. Pain, penicillin, crack, and AZT couldn't believe. Beam, sizzling out, trim the fat like Susan Powders. Disrespected burners like Cap, licking on shots from clock towers. Play ring around the dead nation, the dead head situation. Situated to seesaw creation. MCs are helpless like Yazuki, faggot like Boo Boo, a truth to the new sensation. Fuck that whole wannabe gangster fascination. The illusion is broke, all kind gobblers misspoke. And got the LP rookie car stuck in their bicycle spoke. For those VH1 crystallized pseudo-rich blokes. Let the liquid towners soak into the seam of your coat. Meet the professional, data live politic technician. Straight neck, capital P for the deep throat chicken. I was that first monkey to touch the monolith. Delinquent, up in that crack like White Squad for the weekend I sunk in battleship. Parked in a hot zone, bow to the Ebola. Manifest brain tumor through the phone as you roam in your Motorola.
All hail, J&L the fans rise. We got the grand prize. Foes fantasize runner up, the closest they can see it because skills are lenient, I rip most with half a flow. They can't handle the whole weight, son diagnosis. Believe it, my best line. Too advanced for Pop Warner, you got cornered. Scatter report, can't scramble in the clutch. But when I get down, it's third and inches threatening the score. How you gonna tackle a topic when you suck it, you can't touch it? You too damn much for your defense, break it down. Zone weakens, words bring embarrassment. Captains look like third string in comparison to this duo known to kick fat flows and beat suckers straight up and down. Tic-tac-toe, game over when I blow your mind. But then I aim lower, explosive cuts, verbal flamethrower, serving roasted nuts. As after battle snacks, you wish you wore a cup in your panties. All you pussies in this rap game. Time to up the ante, what's your fancy? Big time skills, a small penny. Dead the ladder, my varsity letter, fatter than your JV. Only play with the big boys. Toys bringing that weak shit. Before the battle, I hit them off with the fat ladies. Latest release on cassette. They were done from the start. Ran for the finish, got detoured from the fast route by the
Check 1 2 1 2. Can y'all hear me?
1 2.
Okay.
Hello.
Okay.
1 2 1 2.
We sound good. All right.
But do I look good?
Hey, you gotta flash some flicks. Thank you everybody that came out. This is the first joint that we're doing, and we're called the Prospective.
Yep.
And the Prospective is myself, Ultramag7.
Yes, sir.
This brother back here, Kotta Ranks.
Kotta Ranks.
And
1 and 2s.
You know, actually, I like to give him props because he don't want to take them. But I'm gonna just say this. I'm gonna say what this is. I actually met him. I went to see my man DJ Soulbuck. Soulbuck's here.
Buck's in the building. Shout out
Soulbuck's in the building.
DJ
Soulbuck. But I went to see Buck DJ in Philly at Crate Diggers Records, and he introduced me to Kotta Ranks, and Kotta Ranks followed my page. Anybody follows me, Ultramag7. I do like these mashup hip hop things. So he was like, "Yo, I like what you do," and so. It was months later, he hit me up. He was like, yo, I got this idea. I can get this spot at the Khyber Pass. Thanks to our man, Jay.
Shout out, Jay, the Autofile.
Appreciate you, brother.
For sure.
So he was like, we can get this spot. And I was thinking, and we started brainstorming. He's like, I could play music. We can bring guests. You can interview them. Mm-hmm. I was like, yo, I like this. Yeah. I like this. It's in the city. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, we thought it all out and tried to think of the names and all that. Mm-hmm. And so, this is the first joint. I urge everybody, follow the page. Sure. I think there's like QR codes around here. Yeah, I was just going to say, just scan it, follow us. You know what I'm saying? There'll be more shows.
There will be more of these.
Yep.
We're already planning the next one and the one after that. So we're trying to continue this.
We will be here. We will be here.
For real.
But
For real.
I think part of what we were thinking about doing is, as I look in the crowd, we're hip hop fans of a certain age, and to go to a show at 8 o'clock, we'll just keep it at 8, and the headliner doesn't get on till midnight. You don't get home till 2.
Yeah.
You gotta get up for work at 6.
Yeah.
Listen, man, I used to laugh at old folks because you would see them with like Rockports on and stuff like that because they don't look fly. I see why they wear them. I'm at hip hop shows standing and my legs and feet hurt.
Right.
We're hip hop fans of a certain age. So
for sure,
this is something we can bring you out in the afternoon, 1 to 5, whatever,
something like that.
However long we're here. And, we have a good time. We chill. You get to ask, I get, interview people. You guys can ask questions if you have something for Mr. Len at the end. And you get to see, your hip hop heroes up close and personal. And when you go home, it's still sunlight out. I get you, I get you home for dinner. You could drop the kids off, at grandma's house, then, you can still do your thing. But that's what this is about. That's what the Prospective is. As Kotta Ranks said, we'll be here next month.
Yep.
Next month until they kick us out.
Until they kick us out. Until they done with us.
Also, shout out to the Khyber Pass for hosting us.
Yes. Yes.
Bartenders. If you're drinking, please tip the bartenders, please.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. If you're hungry, there's food downstairs. Yep. I mean, they'll bring the food up to you. Yep. So when you get here, you're in the spot. You're in the place to be. You ain't got to go nowhere.
Nowhere. Nowhere.
So let's get started. Let me talk about this guy right here real quick. If you're like a hip hop fan like I am, there's certain groups that would just they're up here. They're like, it's what I really love about hip hop. And some of you guys may know the group Run the Jewels. Yeah, he was the sound provider for LP. Yeah. You know what I mean? If you know LP. Right. And Big Just Oleum, Loom TNS. But this man, member of the group Company Flow, just that dirty, gritty.
Right.
And, he's been a DJ for, I don't even want to get into female MC, just one of the dopest MCs ever to me, Jean Grey. And we will get into a story about that later. I got a story about that.
I got a couple questions too.
Yeah. Oh, we're going to do this. And, he's worked with the likes of the great Prince Paul. I've seen him, well, I ain't seen him, but he told Prince Paul, use that snare, sucker. Use that one. Don't use this one.
I wish I was that cool.
But
hey, Paul, you should try it like this.
Right. But today we have the honor of talking to my brother, my man, Space Ghost, aka Mr. Len. Clap it up.
Please give it up for Mr.
Clap
Len.
it up.
Please give it up.
Clap it up.
Thank you.
Yes. So Len, this is gonna be fun. Me and Len are friends, so me and Len get on the phone and talk like 3 hours about nonsense. So this ain't nothing different. But
Dino was a brontosaurus.
Yeah. See, for 3 hours with a lecture. But Len, before we go back and everything and talk a little bit about the history, what are you working on now? What projects, things you got coming?
All right, so I have a group, but it's like a ever-changing people or clientele in the group, except for me. So It's called Life in Dakota. But it's a lot of it is, especially because of you now. It's I'm doing a lot of things that are more visual.
Right.
If you go back and like go throughout most of the things that I've done, there's not a lot of videos. I've only done like a couple. Like you've seen End to End Burner. If you know about Smacks, you saw For Kicks, and then like there's The Dicks.
The rise and the fall of the Dicks.
Which is not just a video, it's a mockumentary. But it was like a video's not enough for this.
Right.
But now with Life in Dakota, the idea Dakota is I'm drawing Dakota from Milestone Comics. It was this comic book company that was distributed by DC. It was run by Dwayne McDuffie, Dennis Cowan. Dennis Cowan, y'all know, did the artwork for Liquid Swords, the Jizz album. So they had this comic book company, and then they had superheroes like Icon, Hardware, and Static
Right.
Shock.
Right.
So they're based in the Dakota universe.
Okay.
So like I always just love the idea of, being in that that place.
Right.
So I was like, Life in Dakota. That's what I'm gonna name this thing.
Okay.
That, and I can't get sued for it.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
I definitely I didn't get sued, but if you know Pity the Fool, there's a reason why you can't find it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, and that's the other thing too about me. I'm very shy.
Oh, I can't tell. We're on stage, like.
Yeah, right.
But by that I mean like I don't do like mass amounts of things. Like when people are like, I'm going platinum. Like
Right.
I was never a platinum guy. Like I'm a collector. So like I feel like the people that I fuck with are collectors. So if I only do like 1,500, you know what I'm saying? Like it's special because like I only wanted 1,500. Like you can share it with whoever you want to share it with. Like that's art. But the things that I do are so limited because I never really consider myself a platinum guy. Right. I will do it. Like it's not like I don't want to make a platinum record, but like I don't want to extend myself and like try and please people.
Right.
Because like, if you're trying to sell 1 million records, like you're not you anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
like I'd much rather people like actually dig me. You know what I'm saying? Like digital, it's fine. But people like us, we're collectors. We like tangible things. You know what I'm saying? So like you might get, 1,500 pieces of vinyl. You might get 500 box sets. Or, You know what I'm saying? But like it's all from me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like it's to me it's personal. So like when people tell me like, I fuck with your shit, and like I got the vinyl, then I'm like, oh no, you really
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because like you had to get it. Like and like it sometimes like they don't last long. Like when I did it for the 25th anniversary of Fun Crusher, I only did 25 toys.
I saw that. Yeah,
They were handmade. You know what I'm saying? Like by this artist. But like that's what made it special.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I could easily, went to a company like, hey, we're Company Flow, the guy from Run the Jewels, and like I could have like, 10,000, 20,000 made.
Right.
But that wouldn't be special for Fun Crusher. Now it sucks that like not every CoFlow fan got it, but it meant something that every CoFlow fan was there and wanted it, or like it came across there. Yeah. Like they still fuck with me to the point where it's like, oh yeah, I seen it, so I did buy it, or like at least I liked it. Like damn, I got a picture of it, So
yeah, okay. You just said you were shy, but
I'm working on it.
Let me say it. Shy people don't become stand-up comedians, and
like I said, I'm working on it.
That's something I don't think maybe a lot of y'all know about. But Len does stand-up comedy. Talk to me about that.
Have you heard the one about the rabbi? No, it's I started in December 2023. Yeah. And it was during the pandemic. I used to write things down, But even before then, in the 90s, yes, the 90s.
The 90s.
I used to play
it's a good time.
Vinyl. I used to DJ a lot of comedy shows, and my man that used to book me was always like, yo, bro, you should do it. Like, you're a funny dude. And I'm like, well, I'm funny in conversation.
Right.
Like, those people are funny
right.
on stage. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a different energy. That and like, I was like, dog, I'm a hardcore hip hop motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck is you talking about? Right. So it wasn't like, it was definitely in the back of my mind.
Right.
But I wasn't like, hey guys, let's stop the show for a minute.
Let me get these jokes off.
Let me run these jokes.
Let's do a type 5.
Right.
And so during the pandemic, I was writing down more stuff, and I called my man Stan that used to book the comics and book me to do the shows. So I was like, Stan, you know what? After 30 years later, bro, I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
He was like, okay. And like I do an open mic in Elizabeth, so like I have like my own room, but it's my way of like trying to reach out to other comics so I can learn.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because like it's a different discipline. DJing, like if I lose a crowd in a party, I know enough to play a record that will get you back on board.
Right.
I can't tell a Dave Chappelle joke. You know what I'm saying? Like
to reel everybody.
Right.
In.
Like everybody hey, you guys like me now? Okay, let's so like it's a different discipline, and it's not like rapping where like you might not catch these bars, but you'll catch the next bars because it's dead fucking silent.
Right, yeah. I couldn't do
And
it.
when you say something that doesn't land, it doesn't land. Like, because like the only way people boo you is if you insult them.
Right.
Okay.
But
that silence.
When they don't get it,
it speaks volumes.
It's like, and like they're looking at you. They're just.
Yeah.
You're like, but I said the joke part. You're like,
yeah. Well,
you know.
So yeah, it's a different kind of thing. Like I said, I'm working on it. Like I'm not one of I want to be one of those people that when people just talk shit. Yo, I'm killing rooms. I'm not. Like I've only done it. I've been on stage like 5-6 times. Like where like I'm featured. You know.
Right.
And those times I did good. Like they'll give me 10 minutes. And real shit, I'll keep it a buck with everybody watching, everybody here. 10 minutes, 7 minutes, I'm killing you. Like you will laugh for 7 minutes. 3 minutes though, it feels like an hour. And those are the minutes that they're not. Right. So I'm working on it.
3 long minutes.
It's like laps.
Right. I think one of the illest things is your name. Can you tell them the name that you perform under?
Perform under the name Acapulco Black.
Okay. Listen.
That's what I want. See how they laugh?
See?
That's it.
Yeah.
That's what I need.
But that's some ill, like, you know what I think of? It's like it almost seems like a woman's like a lotion or some type of like it's Acapulco. Hey, nah. Len.
I didn't come here to be insulted. So.
Right.
No, it's like
hey, come to my first podcast.
No.
I'm gonna make fun of your name.
No. It's like Band de Soleil for the Central.
It's the deep, dark color of
Band de Soleil for the Central Basin.
Band de Soleil.
It's like Acapulco Black. It's like a flavor. You know what I mean? It's Acapulco Black.
Okay, yeah.
Well, what were you going? I mean, what was you going for?
Okay, I mean, well, acapella, Acapulco. Okay, no, but I like what you're rubbing me. Okay.
All right. All right, Len. Well, let's.
I'm gonna rub you. Acapulco, like. Right. Orale, Holmes, Acapulco.
Yo,
he's like rubbing me on his lotion. I'm like,
when you watched all those shows in the 70s, the flyest place, everybody was going to Acapulco. It was so that's the fly shit. Yeah, right. That's how I see it.
I'm gonna start coming out smelling like suntan lotion. Are y'all ready to go on vacation? Is y'all ready to go to Acapulco?
It's Acapulco Black. All right. All right. We got that. So listen. Follow Acapulco Black on Instagram.
Acapulco Black Comedy is on IG. Yeah.
Follow Len for that. And you know, follow his IG page.
Look at Len.
Yes. All right, Len. So let's take it back. You were born in the Bronx, correct?
Yes.
You don't have to give the year if you don't want to.
75. I turned 50 this year. I'm telling everybody. Yeah.
Well,
for sure. Clap it up.
All right.
OGs.
So you're there around the birth time of hip hop, you know, everybody.
I remember it clearly as a baby.
You came out like you was breaking.
I was like, "Fuck y'all want."
But when you were even being young, like, so how long did you stay in the Bronx? How long, like, to what age were you in the Bronx?
I moved from the Bronx to Brooklyn. I must have been about 4 or 5, but we were always going because of this family.
Okay,
you know, if you're in New York, like between Brooklyn, Bronx, and Queens, we had family. Mm-hmm. So you're always, but I was always in the Bronx.
Okay.
I know this is going to sound really ghetto as fuck. One summer vacation, I spent it in the Bronx. Like it was like, what do you want to do for the summer? I'm going to go to the Bronx.
Right.
Went to Baychester. Like, well, we was chilling. Like you go to Fordham Road, buy sneakers. Like it's, you know.
I mean, did you see, I was going to say Africa Bambaataa, but somebody else. Did you see Melly Mel walking down the street?
Child, sir. I did not see Bambaataa.
No, I hope you didn't see Bambaataa.
No, like, you know, who used to be around the way was Jesse West.
Kick the noise, West. Kick it. Now we can go solo. Just let me get the mic in my hand. I'ma just flow with the program. We can go word for word, verb for verb, noun for noun, pound for pound.
Oh. So like me and my cousin would sit on the porch, and sometimes Jesse West would
Third
walk
Eye,
by.
Third Eye.
Yeah. And this is before like when he had his album No Prisoners. And you know his DJ was Craig O.
That's when he had hair.
I still got the cassette. I got the cassette.
And he looked more like Malcolm X than Guru did.
Right. In the Manifest video.
Right.
So then you come to Jersey, correct?
For high school, yeah.
Okay, so let's before that, did you get the bug for hip hop in Brooklyn, or like, you know, where did you get the bug for that?
You know what? It was just always there. Like, so I didn't think any of this shit was gonna ever happen. I knew I was gonna be involved in music, but not like this.
Right.
You know, because like you don't know. None of this shit makes like I don't look anything like Run DMC. You know what I'm saying? So like in my head, I'm like, this don't make
none
no
of
sense.
us do.
Right. So I'm like, no, like why would anybody listen? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And like I started off breaking, and the last move I ever did was called the suicide.
Oh yeah.
And because if you don't know how to do it, it hurts.
They break your neck.
So I became a DJ.
Oh, you.
I did the move. Like, whoa, and I remember I tried to cross my arms after. And like,
had to freeze.
Yeah. I was like, got him. And I was like, I don't like this. You know what I'm saying? I was like, this is kind of rough on the body.
Yeah,
like it's not like carrying crates is any better, but like I'd much rather carry a crate than like bust my hip on the concrete.
Right.
Because people act like that cardboard is like cushion. It's not. All the cardboard does is make it easier to spin.
To spin. That
shit is it's not padding. It's, you know, which when you're young,
a millimeter between the concrete.
Right. And the concrete is very real.
It's undefeated.
It's not moving.
There's
concrete
nothing real in the
undefeated.
concrete. Right.
Yeah. So you had that bug before you, so then you get to Jersey for high school.
Yeah. And at that time, like, I just want to DJ. Like, I'm listening to Red Alert. You listen to Special K and Teddy Ted, you know, Chuck Chill Out. And every now and then, like, I would switch down the dial to Marley, and you would hear, like, Kevin Kev.
Right.
So, like, in my head, I was like, oh, I'm going to be a radio DJ. And, like, I would also listen to radio. Like, I used to listen to radio personalities. Like, there was this dude named Chuck Leonard that was on Kiss FM, Bugsy. You know, all those dudes that were Frankie Crocker, all these dudes that did radio, and like they would break records and they sounded cool. So I was like, oh man, you know, I want to do that shit.
Right.
So I didn't think about like being in a group. In high school, me and my friend, we had a group, but like it was something we did in school. Right. So like, it wasn't like we're gonna get a record deal. Even when I started interning at a management company, I'm still not thinking about being in a group. I'm thinking about learning the business, and you know, this is management. Right. So like, I'm practicing DJing, but like, it's like if you practice karate. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't think you're gonna be the Karate Kid, but like, you know, it's something that you're good at. You know.
Well, you're way different than I was, because I was in high school, and obviously, you know, my homeboy Choke, you know, a zillion records, Super Brown Bum. Boy, we thought we was gonna be De La Soul Jr. And then I remember we performed in Trenton at this place called Electric Playground, and we who
said that?
No, that was Soulbuck. I know that voice.
But
And we had Mitch, Tony Mitchell, who used to manage the Tough Crew, and he came out to see us, and you know, Choke was like, "Well, what did you think?" He's like, man, it looked like a circus up there. Y'all look crazy. He's like, y'all look crazy. So, you know. But anyway, back to you. So you talked about, let's talk about that management company job.
Yeah, so the name of the company was Big Arm Management. It was started by this woman, Teese Williams, and her sister, Michelle. And they had another partner, Antex.
Oh, Vanessa Yo. Oh, Vanessa Yo. Kick it.
Yep.
Yeah, Yo Vanessa, yeah.
Yeah.
And so I'm like 15, 16. And they managed CeCe Peniston, this group called That's Them. I don't know if you heard of them. These other kids called Poetical Prophets.
Wow.
Link Q.
Wow.
And as a producer, this guy named Devontae Swing.
Okay, that's a nice roster.
Right.
So like that's my start in the thing.
Wow.
Like in the music business. And I'm not gonna lie, even from the beginning, I was like, this is bullshit. Like because like certain people when you and this is not even the artist, this is like executives. Certain people when they talk to you, they expect you to be like,
right, yeah.
Bro, I'm 15, 16 at Hillside High School in New Jersey. I don't know who the fuck you are.
Right.
So like you like being upset with me for not answering like your questions the way you're used to hearing them like didn't mean anything to me. And that's why they liked me, because they was like, you just don't give a shit. And I was like, what am I supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? And so like I you know, the artists, you meet them and like I remember meeting Cece Peniston. She was super nice. I was like, I thought you were supposed to be an asshole. You know what I'm saying? Like, aren't you supposed to be, you know what I'm saying? Ain't you rich? Ain't you like on stage and people, she was so nice to me.
Right.
I was like, oh, so you don't have to be a jerk, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I remember meeting Tame and L. Those like easy, the coolest motherfuckers you'll ever meet. With L, I'm gonna fuck him up telling this story. Management initially wanted him to be on some like lover boy shit.
Wow.
Cause like they was like, oh, he's handsome and
Right.
And he was like, no. And like they didn't want to fuck with Tame. And he was like, that's my brother.
Right.
And he's like, no, I'm not doing anything without this dude.
Right.
So they was like, okay. So like they, you know, relented and brought Tame in. Okay, you're not going to be a pretty boy anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Then they wasn't too, because you think about like the other clients that they have. These guys are making records about Jersey and graffiti.
Right.
How do we sell this?
Right. And it was like, well, we don't know what to do with this.
Right.
And like they eventually split ways, but I stayed cool with them because I was like, these motherfuckers are the shit. Because like I'm a DJ.
Mm-hmm.
And like I'm a hip hop DJ at that. Like I will play the R&B and like I'm learning it and like, you know, I play instruments and I know it.
Right.
But like you said, I'm born in the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I know. So like it was dope. Like following them from like when they left that to, you know, becoming Artifacts and working with Bobito. Ella Sensei is the reason why Bob played Juvenile Techniques for the first time. Like gave him the records like, yo, you know, I know you work with Bob, like, you know, can you? He was like I said, you stay cool with people. You know what I'm saying? Like, He's like, yo, I got you. Like, he brought it to Bob and like, you know, they played it.
That's
wow. So I heard another name that you said. I just want to touch on him. You said Poetical Prophets. If y'all don't know, that's Mobb Deep.
Mobb Deep, yeah.
You got any Mobb Deep stories early on?
Not any that I can tell. Because like I don't know them that well.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like at least with L could be like, bro. And like, we can
yeah.
I don't know Havoc that well, so like he'll be like,
Havoc might come look. Havoc might come looking for you.
Right. But I remember them from when Antec shot the video for Yo Vanessa. Like they was up on the rooftop.
Right.
And that was the first time I ever seen those guys.
Okay.
And I was like, damn, they're short.
Yeah, they.
Like, that's
short.
what I remember about them. I was like, damn, they're really short.
They really short. So you also had another job at Jive Records.
Yeah. I used to work in the dub room at Jive.
What did you do? What did the job consist of being in the dub room?
So everyone had tapes back in the day, back in the 90s. And for all kind of reasons, if you had to clear a sample through legal, I would have to, you know, do the original and what was used to run it through the lawyers. And like everybody's album, everybody from Too Short, Tribe Called Quest, Boogie Down Productions. Remember, they're all signed to Jive. In 90, I'm started working there in 93. That's when these guys, Souls of Mischief, I'm about to call it all hieroglyphics, but it was just Souls.
Wow.
Souls got signed. Dude, I'll never forget hearing That's When You Lost. I was like, what is this?
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I went and got 2 copies from the promo guy.
Right.
Not even knowing how special the copies were because they were these clear blue pieces of vinyl. So like, I still got one of them on my wall. But like, I remember hearing That's When I was like, yo, what is this? And they're like, you like this? I was like, yeah. There's like, it's from Cali. I was like, I don't give a fuck.
It could be from Acapulco.
Right. But yeah, they were like, it was that, and then I heard the whole record. There's songs on that didn't make that album.
Cat
That
Fair.
are crazy.
Crazy.
Insane.
That's crazy.
Those guys, like, you know, it's like you see some people, you're just like, wow, you guys are just good at what you do.
Right.
All of them.
Yeah.
All of them. From like the beats to like how they rhyme around each other. Like,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of them. Like it's like Wu-Tang, you're like, okay, you go.
Right.
But those guys from Hyro, like, you rhyme 4 bars and you rhyme 2 and you rhyme 6.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
that shit is dope. At least to me, it's dope.
Yeah. I mean, when I first heard Hyro, when I had the cassette on Jive, the blue cassette.
Yep.
That's When You Lost. I used to rhyme at that time. I wanted to quit. I said, these guys are like, I can't do that.
So
Like,
many losers. Yo, that's
yeah.
Like, damn.
You can't do that. Like, I'm like, you know, there's something special. I remember we talked about this. But someone who was on Jive for a short time, whose record didn't come out, but one Crustified Dibs, aka R.A. the Rugged Man. Can you share with us some R.A. stories?
Hold up. Hey, his name is what?
Crustified Dibs.
Bloodshed Wow. I'm learning something every day.
Listen, there's a when the single was supposed to come out, I think it was in a magazine. It was a comic book.
Right.
I have the comic book, and R.A. performed somewhere here in Philly. I think Kung Fu Necktie.
Okay.
My boy, the same guy we talked about, Super Brown Bum.
Right.
He was DJing for him. I had R.A. sign it. It's all beat up, but I still had the comic book.
And he signed it.
Yeah, he signed it. Yeah.
No, I'm saying he signed it the first name.
Oh no, I think he did R.A. He signed R.A.
Okay, all right,
but his name was Crustified Dibs.
Right.
Yeah, at the time.
Crazy.
You remember Bloodshed?
Bloodshed.
Hoo-ah, hoo-ah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, everybody look that song.
Yeah,
up.
Yeah.
Hoo-ah, hoo-ah. But tell me your R.A. story.
I remember one of the things that got him kicked out of the office, still to this day, is funny. I always say it's funny, but it's not. He had a mannequin finger, and he put it in his zipper, and so he had like his shirt covering, and he walked to somebody and was like, "Hey, look!" And so everybody thought like he was showing his dick.
Yeah.
So like I said, I thought it was funny.
I used to do that with my real finger.
I did. I thought it was funny, but like I said, when you get older, you realize like women don't want to see that shit at work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like they're just trying to have, like, I'm trying to go to work
In the
get through my
workplace.
day. Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
But it's fucking funny. But like I get it, you know.
Yeah.
But like, I also remember like when he did get kicked out, he was standing outside like a couple of weeks later, and I was walking into the office. You'll learn. And he gives me this tape. And I'm looking at it, it just said "Cunt Renaissance" on it. and every record label sucks dick.
Yes.
And I was like,
yes.
What did you just get? He's like, yo, it's a song with Biggie. And like, it was all like, first off, I don't know how he got all the features he got.
Yeah.
Ain't no dick like the one I got. Big rip the twat in the basement, a weed spot. Even vacant lots. Bitches know the Steve on the P-U-S-S-Y. You should just
I was like, I don't even know. I was like, how do you even know these people?
Yeah.
That was amazing to me. But like, every record label sucks dick was like, still one of my favorite songs. It's a fucking dope.
How are you on a label and make a song called that?
Hating your label.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
Label. And then he dissed, I think when Def Jam, he dissed Def Jam.
A big advancement doesn't make the move the wisest, cause Def Jam offered me more loot than Jive did. Every record label sucks dick.
Def Jam offered me more loot than Jive did. And I was just like, what is happening in this song? And he was just like, every record label, they suck on my balls. Like, he was just like, he didn't give a fuck. I was like, yeah, I fucking love this record.
Were you at the show when he brought the hookers on stage and all that? Or remember that? Like,
I remember. No, I was at this show where he slapped the guy in the front.
Oh, shit.
Which was amazing. And the guys stood, they fucking loved it.
Do it again.
Yeah. I don't know.
Slap me again.
Harder.
I want to say it was at the Bowery Ballroom too. Just whap! And just continue.
Right.
Alrighty.
I don't know if he had words with him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I just was standing. Like, oh shit! He smacked that dude, and like the music doesn't stop. Like he just kept on.
No.
Wow. Well, shout out to RA. I love RA.
Yeah,
Shout out
he's
to
on.
RA.
For sure.
He's on Fun Crusher.
Yeah.
he is.
He's on Fun Crusher, and brilliant.
He's in the video for 8 Steps to Perfection. I'll never forget. He showed up wearing Cavaricci's. He's next level, bro. He was next level.
He said next level. Speaking of Fun Crusher, let's talk about the formation of Cold Flow. Like, who did you meet first, L or Just?
I met L first because Antex started a label or was running a label called Libra with this dude out in Long Island. Jesse, I can't remember what Jesse's last name is, but he was like, remember, I'm his intern, so he's like, I got this label and this dude, he wants to be in a group. He already has the name, but he needs a DJ.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, you're the only weird person I know. It's weird shit, like real shit, because like I was to him, like, because I listened to like rock and other shit, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Everybody else is just like, no, we're and he was a white boy. He didn't tell me at first it was a white boy.
Right.
So he was like, you're the only person I know on some weird shit. And I was like, okay, dude, right? And he plays me this song, and I was like, oh, this shit is dope. But I'm still not thinking as a white boy.
Right.
Right. And it's around this time, like in March. So he's like, hey, I'm having this birthday party. Come DJ. It was his party.
Okay.
And like they was sharing it at like their party. Their birthdays around the same time, so they had the party at LP's house. So Darren Antex gets me to DJ for free because I'm an intern, and and I get there and like I meet this dude,
right,
that owns the place, that owns the loft, and it's this white kid. So I'm like, okay, so when do I meet the rapper? And then he goes, oh, this is Lyrical Punisher. This is LP.
Right.
I said, oh shit. I was like, and the first thing I said, damn, you're good. Because I was just like, yo, I heard the record. I was like, but he didn't tell me who anybody was.
Right.
And he said, oh, good looking. So he had a studio first I was like, I don't know about y'all now. Now it's normal. It was not normal to have a studio in your house.
Mm-hmm.
So he had this room in the middle of his loft, and he had all his equipment in there and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? Like EPS, fucking board and shit. I'm like, I was sharing turntables with my crew.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, what the fuck is this? So like, he's playing me these other joints and like, yo, everything he's playing, fucking banging.
Right.
So I'm like, oh, okay. So now I'm going. I'm like, oh, okay. What do you think about this? So he was like, oh, let me try that. Oh shit, that worked. So he was like, okay, I'll fuck with you. Gave him a couple of hooks, and I gave him the hook to Juvenile Techniques.
Right.
The funny thing is the hook comes from Antex's record.
Mm-hmm.
So it's my way of saying, look, I know a hook will get you in trouble, but this guy's going to have to clear it because it's his record.
It's easy. It's in-house. Yeah.
The voice on the hook is Havoc.
Ah, wow. Okay.
There's the connection.
Yeah.
So I was like, I know you can clear it because they weren't signed yet. So it was no issue. That's how we got the first single done.
Okay. So he had the name Company Flow.
Yep.
Y'all become a company.
Yeah.
He's by himself.
Yeah.
And yeah, that meant Juvenile Techniques. That's just you and him. When does Big Just get it?
So
get
Just then starts working for Libra as promotion, like doing radio promotion. And he needed a place to live.
Mm-hmm.
He ends up moving in with LP.
Oh, okay.
And then like they start working together. The funny thing is, Just was always graph. Like he never really was like an MC.
Oh, word?
And got into it because he would dabble. Everyone dabbles. Like most people got a rhyme or two, you know. But like, it was funny, like him adjusting, because like if you're a painter, the chances of you just getting on the mic and killing it, not very likely.
Right.
So like him doing it it's why we stand kind of in awe of the guy.
Right.
It's like, oh shit, dude, like you really was just like doing throw ups the other day. You know what I'm saying? And now you're like, break it like Rwanda. You're like, what the fuck? So
yeah. Oh my God. So you guys all look, we're going to be a group. It
just wasn't originally. Technically, Just ain't really in the group.
Oh, really?
If you look at the first single, it's like Mr. Len. It's like LP and Mr. Len featuring Big Just.
Oh, okay.
Just was always like if you know the Foo Fighters and Nirvana, they have that guy Pat Smear.
Right.
Pat Smear shows up and like does things like that's what Just was supposed to be. Okay. But because like you start doing shows, he shows up to everything. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like when I first saw Organized Confusion, I thought OC was part of the group.
Yeah, right.
Because Fudge Pudge was like, oh, okay, so that guy's in it.
Yeah.
And then like when they do shows, he doesn't. Like, okay, so the third guy's. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, fuck it. Like,
he's Jerobi.
Right. Like, damn, that hurt. But
no, come on, not like that.
No, you can diss my friends. It's okay.
I'm batting 1,000.
Sure, shit on my name, diss my friends. It's great.
So you had Juvenile Techniques. What's the single after that?
So here's it's not a single, but it was Corners. We leaked to Bobito.
Witness as the pendulum swing. I got your peeping round corner. Witness as the pendulum swing. Back and forth, got your peeping round corner.
Yeah. Okay. Then the next official single is 8 Steps.
Get like Rwanda. Don't wind up or get chopped up.
Because there was going to be another single on Libra, and I knew that Libra wasn't going to be behind CoFlow because they just didn't know what to do. So I remember having this conversation. It was me, LP, and my man DJ Enough from Enough Styles rather from Staten Island. Enough was DJing for this cat. What was Leon's name? I can't remember what Leon's rap name was. But we're sitting outside. This is how old I am. We're sitting outside. I'm drinking a 40.
Orders born, I'm coming to get my culture safe.
And I'm having this conversation.
I think we all drink 40.
Yeah. It's just like, damn.
It's a rite of passage.
Yeah, right? So I remember drinking this 40 and I'm like, yo, they're not going to do a video for the next song. And like both of them was like mad at me. What the fuck you mad at me for? Like I don't have the budget. I'm telling you what I know. You know what I'm saying? Like I work for him.
Right.
I work for Antex. Like there's no budget. Like there's no video. They gotta make a video because that's how you sell records. I'm not arguing that.
I'm just telling you.
I'm telling you what he's not gonna do. And then that was around the time when like they realized, oh shit, this ain't happening.
Right.
Another reason why like me and Elle are close because it's just like, bro, like our shit is like, there's no reason for me to lie to you. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not scared of you. So like, I'm not gonna like it's not like, oh, I don't want to, oh, I don't want to make him mad. Like no, motherfucker, this is what it is.
Right.
And like that's always been like how we got down. So like,
okay,
it's why we're tight. But yeah, right after that is like when everything split. And like I put this, and like you know how and it's funny like whenever I bring it up, Kanye had that choice of going with Jay and Dame, and like you didn't go with the guy, right? You know what I'm saying? That fucked you in the beginning,
right?
So like I didn't go with the guy that I realized was using me, and I was like, oh, and it gets worse.
Oh God,
it gets worse.
Do tell.
So. Elle and Darren worked on this record. Y'all remember Kid Hood?
And he goes by the name of
Check the route, hope that answer get God effing. Shit, I lick buckshots, hood, madman, I rip up stages, lay down your wages, I'm wild like Larry Davis. Extra, pick up a clip, I tear ass out the frame, and grab my dick.
Yeah.
So they had this song with Kid Hood. I still to this day have not heard this song, but Bob played it on the air.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I was working at Radio Shack, so like I'm not listening to the show all the time because I got to go to work.
Right.
Get this call from Darren. Come to my house. Someone can bring me this record. Oh, cool. And he lives up the street from me. So I walk up, got the record in my hand. He meets me out on his lawn. Motherfucker pulled a 25 on me.
What?
Wow. I was like, and this is Newark. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, nobody's saying anything. It's the dude holding the fucking 25 on me.
Wow.
So I'm like, the fuck? He's like, yo, you think I'm a pussy? I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck you talking about.
Wow.
You think I'm a pussy? And I was like, I guess. I don't know what you want me to say. Like, he's like, they played the record. Still no idea what you're talking about, bro. The Kid Hood record. No idea what you're talking about, bro. You don't know what I'm talking about? I don't know what you're talking about, bro.
Wow.
And he put the gun away. He's like, they played the Kid Hood record. I know they don't know nothing about Hood. What the fuck are you telling all this to me for? I work at Radio Shack. Now I gotta be to work tomorrow.
Right.
Now I gotta go to work with thinking about this motherfucker waving a gun at me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Behind a Hood record that I still never heard. Remember the Dear LP record when we had to go back album? I've never heard that record. All I know is the motherfucker dissed, and I end up on the phone with him.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, yo, who the fuck are you?
Dear LP, how's your summer been? Mine's been fine. I heard you had a real good time at camp. Oh yeah, I talked to Len. He said everything's cool.
Oh, well, I was like, this guy's a pussy. Boop, boop, boop. Yo, L, you gotta talk to this dude. This is hilarious. And that's why he filmed it. That's why he recorded it.
That was Anycon, wasn't it?
Yeah, Anycon.
Anycon. Something like I remember that.
Yeah, I can't remember what his name is right now. But yeah, I've never heard the Dear LP record.
Those are some good times, man. I used to love I used to love all that type of stuff. So all right, so let's still talk about Fun Crusher. So when do you guys say we're going to compile these songs, we're going to come out with this?
Fun Crusher, the EP comes out first.
Right.
That did well. Like, you know how people say, we sold out the trunk? You know what I'm saying? Like, almost like that, but we had distribution. It's hard to get indie distribution in that time.
Right.
So, and then even getting the kind of deal that we were getting just wasn't going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But I think sometimes people will give you deals like that if they think it may not work.
Right.
And then when it works, it's like, fuck. Now we got to give them this money.
Right.
But we decided to, instead of doing a brand new album, which would have taken more time, we just added songs to the EP. That's why it's called Fun Crusher Plus.
Right. So
it's not a premium channel.
What year did Fun Crusher come out?
That is 95, I believe.
And so Fun Crusher
Plus is 97.
Okay. So Fun Crusher Plus was distributed by Rock? Like, did they get it?
That's strictly distributed by Raucous.
But not the initial EP, right?
Nah, initially it was Big Daddy and Fat Beats for the EP. Yeah.
Okay.
And just going back real quick, there was official recordings. That was y'all? So that was y'all's label?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the deal we have with Raucous, we're not Raucous artists. Mm-hmm. They distributed the label.
Right.
Okay.
So I mean, so how was your time with Raucous? Like, how?
It was interesting. Like, they were. It's the timing of it is what makes it critical. This is the beginning of people really going hard on the internet. Mm-hmm. So you're building a community. Raucous built a online community, and that's where a lot of the momentum for their records comes from people like, oh, you're in Switzerland. I'm in France. I love the Mos Def record too. So they're all able to get together and it becomes a hip hop thing. You know, the issue for me with Raucous was when Simon Says comes out, and it's a huge fucking song, and like they end up on the radio. It's like they didn't know what to do with themselves.
Oh,
because every song now had to be on the radio. It's like no.
And that's not what they were.
No. Like you got a good song here. You know what I'm saying? But like just leave it there. Like you guys have built this already. Right. Continue to build this. And yeah, like this happened. That's great. You can tell like it's a lot of scrambling. It's like Simon Says remix.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like, all right, guys, take it easy. Like usually remixes happen when your song doesn't do well.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But like now what you trying to extend the life of the song? Like the song ain't going nowhere.
Right. Yeah, it is what
like
it is.
It's a huge like sometimes you gotta accept a hit. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like just leave the hit alone. Like Simon Says is a hit. You know?
I was gonna say to piggyback off what you're saying, I used to work with Last M, shout out Last M.
Last M.
And he told me the same story. He said that he was working on his project and he said after Simon Says hit, that Rawkus came to him and was like, we want you to start eating right. We want you to start like they was on some real like, you know, cut out the sugar, cut out the beer. Like we need you to eat right. Because they wanted every song that he put out moving forward to be like chasing that. Wow. And he said he had the same thing. He said that him and G-Rap had a conversation because I think G-Rap was kind of in the midst at that time too. But he said him and G-Rap had a conversation and they both came to the conclusion like, fuck Rawkus. Like right around that time because they were asking G-Rap to do the same thing too.
They asked us to remix End to End Burner. So on the Class X record, I put our remix on it.
Right.
Now, if you listen to the very beginning, I sampled James Brown going, oh, I want a hit, man. It was me making fun of them because they was like, yo, we want something we can play on the radio.
Right.
I'm like, it's not like the song says like in the song, don't ever play our songs on the radio. You can play like, tell the DJs to be fucking DJs. You know what I'm saying? If you like the song, play the song. If you don't like it, you don't like it. But like, don't not play a record because like you don't know if someone else is playing it, which is how a lot of DJs work.
Right. So let's stay in that time because for me personally, being a hip hop fan of a certain age, my favorite year in hip hop is '88. That's I feel like that's the dopest year for me. Yep. But my second favorite time is that New York City underground, what do you call it, backpack, raucous era. And we talked about this, Len. And you don't have to cop to or whatever, but I really feel like when I think of that era, the first name that comes to my head is Cold Flow. Like if you pointed at, that was the Cold Flow era. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the Arsonist, J Live, High and Mighty, but you guys kind of, to me, were the forerunners to all that. Like it's Cold Flow, not saying it's Cold Flow and everybody else, but you guys were leading the way. And I've heard Mighty Minds told that to me, like, we look to those guys. Like Mighty Mind told me that type of stuff. Like, do you cop to that? Is that, I mean, do you, not that I don't need you to,
I definitely didn't see it that way. Mm-hmm. In my head, it was more like it was like jazz meets punk rock. Like everybody's kind of like on the same page. Like even though we do different sorts of things, so like to me it was just more of a movement like that time.
Right.
So
it was.
Yeah. So Cold Flow, Juggernauts, Arsonist, Nonfiction, Natural E, Natural Resource,
right.
Yeah, like all those groups. Yeah, all of us were moving around the same. Like. To me, the difference is when Rawkus comes in, and like that's when you see Mos and Kweli, and it's not like they wasn't around, but like they wasn't doing it like the way we were doing it.
Right. Yeah, and it's all like even like so people say the Cold Flow era, then it's like Rawkus era, but even like when you say that name Rawkus, it's synonymous with what you guys led with.
You guys were doing,
yeah. And it's
I'll say yes and no. It depends on who you ask, because some people are so commercial that they're like Rawkus, the Umi Says guys.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The Simon Says guys. Everything says. Like if it has says in it.
Right.
But like it's depending on like that timing. Like the weird shit, sound bombing, the name sound bombing is a Koflo word.
Oh, yes.
Right? But there's people that'll talk to me about sound bombing as if I don't know what it is. I'm like, they're like, oh, well, you know, at Rock, it's like, oh, I used to really love, they had this thing called sound bombing. Oh, did they? They had a thing called sound bombing.
Right.
What happened on sound bombing? So like, well, the funniest shit, there's a sound bombing without us on it. Which I was like, fuck you guys. I don't care if we're not associated with your label at all.
You give a prickly fuck like sand shark skin condom to your parent vaginal problem. The hottest shit on sound.
Yo, Kotta Ranks. What you think about this episode, brother?
I thought it was great, man. I'm just really appreciative. Lynn, came through, talked with us. I probably said it a few times, but I just want to say it one more time. Thank you, Mr. Lynn. But I'm just really happy about the way things came off, how smooth it went for us. This is just the first of many, y'all. Stay tuned for real.
Yeah, and it was thank you so much to Len for coming down.
Yeah, again, thanks.
Sharing his stories, his history. Like I met Len back in 2001, I think, performer of Prince and Superstar.
Okay.
And so it was good now that me and Len, we're friends and we could connect. And Len was so gracious coming down.
Yes,
and doing this for us, being our guinea pig, as I said once again.
For sure.
And, so number one, thanks to the Khyber Pass for hosting us.
For real, thank you, Khyber Pass.
And, our team, thank Bug. We're going to have video footage, so stay tuned for that.
My man Jay the Autofile.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sound man, bartenders.
Yes.
Definitely make sure you tip the bartenders if you come out to the experience. But, we try to do this on a monthly basis. We already got our artists lined up for next month. So just stay tuned. Make sure you hit the page for updates and for the newest information. Yeah, we here for y'all, man.
Yeah. So like Kotta Ranks said, check out. We're on Instagram, the.pros PROS.perspective. PERS. Anyway, perspective. And I failed a couple grades. But the.pros perspective. Follow the Instagram page, and like I said, once we get the video together, we'll be having a YouTube page so you can watch the actual footage of the interview with Len. And thanks to our man Bug for shooting that.
Yeah, we cooking, y'all. We got a lot of things coming. We definitely going to present this in a few different ways to y'all.
Right.
Make it digestible, but at the same time entertaining. We working, man.
We cooking.
That's what I said. We cooking. Yeah.
So with that said, we will be back soon. Kotta Ranks.
Kotta Ranks, my man, and my man Ultramag7.
Yes, sir.
In the building.
And we're out.
All right, y'all. Peace.